Hello, welcome to our video presentation. Our chosen topic is determination of sulfate in water under chapter gravimetric analysis. So here's our list of our group members. Me, Nazra Azira, Nur Azima, and Nur Nafisha Erika. This is the overview of our video presentation content.
Gravimetric analysis defined as a method in analytical chemistry to determine the quantity of an analyte based on mass of a solid. For example, measuring the solid suspended in water of the sample. Gravimetric analysis also considered as one of the most accurate methods. The analyte is converted into a solid of compound of non-composition using this process, and the mass of the sample product is determined. There are four types of gravimetric analysis, which is the common one is volatilization gravimetry and precipitation gravimetry. How volatilization gravimetric work is by isolating components of a mixture by heating or chemically decomposing the sample. Precipitation gravimetry used as a precipitation reaction to split one or more parts of a solution by incorporating nitrite into a strong solution. In addition, there is also electrogravimetry and thermogravimetry. The third one is electrogravimetry method used to split and quantify ions of a substance commonly a steel. Last but not least is thermogravimetry. This technique is used as a terminal analysis in which change in physical and chemical properties of a substance, which is measured as a function of an increasing temperature or as a characteristic of time. The main advantage is the analysis is more accurate when a modern analytical scale is used. Moreover, it also can be used to calculate the atomic mass of numerous elements with six-figure accuracy.
The disadvantage is only one element or a limited set of elements can be analyzed using gravimetric analysis. Moreover, these techniques are often complex, and even a small error can affect negative implications for the study.
And now, let's move on to the theory. Sulfate is a polyatomic anion with the empirical formula of SO24 with the atomic number of 16. It is an anion consists of a central sulfur atom surrounded by 4 equivalent oxygen atoms in a tetrahedral arrangement. Sulfate is used in chromatography due to their importance in various industrial processes and environmental monitoring. First of all, ammonium sulfate is used as a fertilizer. Secondly, sodium lauryl sulfate used in detergents and personal care products. And lastly, it affects water quality when high in concentrations, in which contribute in the formation of acid rain, which is very dangerous. And now I will focus on the general methodology of sulfate. First, we have sample preparation, which is the preparation of solution containing a known weight of the sample. And next, we have precipitation of sulfate ion, a suitable precipitating agent that forms a precipitate known composition with sulfate ion are selected. In this experiment, we choose barium sulfate. And next, we have washing and filtration. It is washed with a suitable washing solution, often use distilled water, and it is filtered to separate precipitate from mother liquor or the supernatant. The next step is drying and weighing. Dry the filter paper and precipitate in the oven at suitable temperature until a constant mass is achieved. And next, it is weighed containing the dry precipitate using analytical balance with high precision. And lastly, we need to calculate sulfate ion's concentration. It needs to be calculated in the original sample using stoichiometry and the non-stoichiometric relationship between sulfate ions and the precipitating agents.
We move to methodology of determination of sulfate in water. The first one is sample preparation. We have to collect a representative sample of the water to be analyzed. We must ensure the sample is well mixed and homogeneous. Second one is precipitation of sulfate as barium sulfate. Barium chloride or barium nitrate are used as precipitating agents. Hydrochloric acid is used to adjust the pH of the solutions. Third one is washing and filtration. we have to wash the precipitate with hot distilled water to remove any soluble impurities that may adhere to the surface of the precipitate. We have to perform the washing and filtration steps carefully to ensure all contaminants are removed. The fourth one is drying and weighing. We have to dry the precipitate in an oven at a suitable temperature, typically around 105 to 110 Celsius, until a constant mass is achieved. Weigh the crucible or dish with the dried precipitate using an analytical balance. For the last one is calculation of sulfate ion concentration. We have to calculate the mass of sulfate ions present in the original sample using the stoichiometric relationship between sulfate ions and barium sulfate. Here's the result that we obtained. Let's move on to the calculation. We have to calculate the mole of barium sulfate precipitate, but before that, we have to know the molecular weight of barium sulfate is 233.39 gram per mole. So, how to calculate the mole of barium sulfate precipitate? It is equal to mass over molecular weight. That we obtain is 0.001 mole. We also know that 1 mole of barium sulfate equal to 1 mole of sulfate ion. So, the mole of sulfate ions is also 0.001 mole. We can calculate the concentration by dividing 0.001 with 0.1 liter. It is equal to 0.01 mole per liter.
In conclusion, gravimetric analysis is still the best method for determining sulfate because of its accuracy, consistency, and sustainability for a wide range of sample matrices. It is invaluable in research, environmental monitoring, and quality assurance in industries where sulfate levels are tracked for regulatory compliances and environmental impact assessment due to its methodical approach and adherence to chemical principles. That is it from us. Thank you so much.